Hi, I'm Bran, and I love international Christmas movies.
This is not fair. I'm Dan, and I despise international Christmas movies.
I'm Alonso, and Bran loves a subtitle, and this
is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi, everybody. It is true. They call me Subtitle Bran.
And to Bran's credit, knowing he had to write a synopsis for this movie, within the first 90 seconds, he looked at me. He was like, I'm going to go ahead and turn the subtitles on for the whole movie.
Not just for the...
Even the English, I think Bran was going to need the subtitles for.
Except for one character who is doing
one
the
character
solid.
who is doing a very just standard American accent. Everybody else is not.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I just try to make it
You want to do your best you can. That's what
yes.
they're there for.
But I panicked a bit.
Your efforts are appreciated.
I panicked a bit, Alonso, because last night you text us and you say subtitles for Bran. You love it. You love to see it. And I knew that there is a fully subtitle movie coming up in a couple weeks.
Foreign language film,
if you will. That's what we call it.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh no, did I mess up? But turns out I didn't even know this one had, it kind of goes in and out of different languages. So.
Here's the thing I learned. According to Wikipedia, there are more than 520 native languages spoken in Nigeria.
Wow.
Just 520. That's it.
And in this movie, we get at least 4 of them.
At least.
According to the titles telling us what they're speaking in. So, exciting. I love new information.
I've been trying to convince Dan that I'm just speaking another version of English, but he won't fall for it.
I thought you were going to say Nigerian, and I was going to be like, I can't co-sign that at all.
I've been trying to tell you, and you're like, no,
Branglish.
no.
Branglish.
Branglish. It's very clear.
Yeah,
It's
so
obvious.
clear.
Yeah.
They get these two.
And
this guy and
usually
Patrick
you
Serrano
understand.
just got so lost in the ochres with what the opposite of encrypted is that it was, and turns out it's just decrypted, but it didn't stop us from getting on a whole tangent when we recorded.
Yeah, the opposite is available.
Crypted forward is what we ended up with.
Yeah, that's right.
You picked the wrong cryptid.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
Call me the crypt keeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
All the crypts.
Now, we are talking about a movie that it's not just a movie that you can find on Prime, which we've done before. It's got the Prime logo on it.
MGM
Yes.
Amazon MGM.
Yes. So let's talk about it. Christmas in Lagos, originally premiered on Prime December 20th, 2024, and it went a little something like this. We're in Lagos. I know that might not come as a surprise. It's in the title.
Are they going to celebrate Christmas, you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's no snow on the ground.
Spoiler.
There's no snow on the ground. But it is Christmas time, and everybody is very excited. We find out that Fionn is excited for the holidays. Why? Because this is the year that she is going to tell her childhood best friend, Elo, that she loves him. She thinks that it is time, and she can't hold it in anymore. Spoiler alert, it's not time, because Elo is excited for another reason. It is because he is going to propose to his girlfriend that he has been dating for 8 months. That, I guess, is like news to Fionn. Fionn wastes no time hatching a plan, basically how to ruin his relationship with this girl. I'm sure it's going to be totally fine. We also meet Fionn's mom, Gabimi, right?
Gabimi, yes.
She literally bumps into her ex, Zach, who is a hotshot deal maker, and begins to shoot his shot relentlessly, like, hey, let's get back together, this whole thing. And he's like, she's like, I'm dating somebody, Toy, and I'm very happy with him. I don't need you, Zach, but that's not going to stop him. Don't you worry. They all go to a birthday party, and Fionn's cousin, Evie, meets this guitarist named Ajani. The sparks are flying between these two, and they agree that they are going to go out sometime. At this party, Zach and Gabini end up kissing. Uh-oh, what are we going to do? We meet Elo's girlfriend, and she is, this just in, person of the year. She basically
Yes.
brought the COVID vaccine to Nigeria. Incredible person. She's a hero. Is that gonna?
Yagazier.
Okay, yes. Is that going to stop Fian from trying to break them up? No, it is not.
Nope.
Zach keeps shooting his shots, bringing a bunch of gifts to Gabini. She finally comes clean to Toy that Zach is her ex, that they have a very serious history together. He's like, listen, I love you. I want to be with you. I'm going to give you space to figure out kind of what you want. What a guy, doing the best that he can out there. Evie and Johnny go on a date. It is clear that these two are from very different walks of life, but it kind of works for them. They dance, they kiss. The sparks are just off the chart here. There's a side storyline.
There's singular.
Yes.
There's just one
There's
chart.
one
all
chart.
the sparks are on there,
Yes.
and they all just.
And they're all off of it now.
There's not a second chart.
No.
Singular chart.
We couldn't afford it. By the way, if you would like to donate to our second chart fund, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get a second chart. Zach continues to shoot a shot, and she finally decides, you know what, Zach, you had your chance. We're not gonna do this thing, and goes back and tells Toy, hey, I want to be with you, and I want to get married on Christmas.
Hey,
Yay.
Christmas Day wedding next year, right?
No.
week.
Next
boy.
week. When you know, you know. There's another side storyline about Elo. His mom doesn't want to celebrate Christmas because it doesn't feel the same without Elo's sister, who was killed a few years ago. This kind of comes up a few times throughout the movie. Ultimately, she comes around to this is a way to basically honor her and celebrate Christmas together as a family. It's time. Surprises Elo with decorating the house. It's all very sweet. Wedding time. Yay for wedding. We love wedding. Fian decides, you know what? It's time to tell Elo how I feel. And I'm going to do that by saying it and also kissing you. And obviously his girlfriend walks up, sees this happen, and gets very upset, goes to leave. He tells Fian, you're the most selfish person in the world. Like, I told you so many times that I liked you, and now that you like me, you think that I'm just going to drop everything. No, I love this girl. She realizes that she done goofed, so she goes to make it right with the girlfriend, and they end up making things right. Yay, we love it. And the movie ends. It's New Year's Eve, and everybody's happy, celebrating together. And Evie tells Johnny to come and visit her in London sometime, and maybe we'll get another movie. I don't know. And that, my friends, was Christmas in Legos.
We did it.
We did do it. Let's take a break. We will come back. We'll break this movie down. We'll share our thoughts here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We are talking about Christmas in Legos. We're going to start with a hot take because we're sure exactly how we felt about this movie. We're not going to hold back. Just because it's Festive Friday doesn't mean that we're not going to give our hot takes,
You
folks.
said it.
Listen to last week's episode to hear those hot takes. Let's start with you, Alonso. Alonso, what'd you think of this movie? I don't believe you had seen it, right? This is the first time?
I had not seen it.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I texted my friend Ify Wadaway midway through. He was my former co-host at Maximum Film, who is Nigerian American. He's a comedian, gamer, writer, all the things. And I said, this movie is like if somebody said, "Hey, let's make Crazy Rich Africans."
Yeah.
And I mean that as a compliment because in the same way that Crazy Rich Asians brings you into this incredibly sort of sumptuous world of first class travel and shopping and homes and that this movie is the kind of movie where the first character we meet pulls up to the airport to pick up two friends, first gets to pull up to the airport,
That's
which
right.
Come on, that's a flex. And then has an SUV behind her that's going to take their luggage.
That's right.
This movie keeps stacking on the glamour and the opulence, and I was here for it. Love the outfits, a staggeringly attractive cast from stem to stern. I think that it is also kind of Love Actually-ing in terms of like, let's pile on a bunch of stories. And this is that thing of, where you take off one piece of jewelry before you leave the house. I think there were at least one subplot that I could have been like, we could have just skipped this one. Like, I still don't know who Lottie is, and how she's connected to anybody else, but her messenger boyfriend is crazily attractive. So I wasn't, mad at that, but nonetheless, it felt like this movie kind of throws a few too many nets in the water in terms of plot lines. But overall, it's not earth shattering. It's not like a movie, but as a sort of glamour packed, streaming Christmas movie, I had a really good time with this.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour movie, and it tries to do a lot. There are you mentioned the story that I didn't get to in this because I also didn't know how it was related. But we have 3 connected love stories that we get to spend the most time with. We also have a mom mourning the loss of her daughter in this. This movie is trying to do a lot in 2 hours. And I think for the most part, it does a really good job of it and still feels like a Christmas, even though obviously we're in a different part of the world.
Southern Hemisphere does Christmas a little different.
It is going to feel different, but it still felt, I still got the Christmas in this movie, even though it didn't look like a Hallmark Christmas movie might. It's trying to do 3 love stories and give them all time. And I think like the story that I was kind of most invested in was Gabeni and Zach. Like that love triangle was really compelling to me. And I found Zach to be a really interesting character to spend time with. I liked the movie overall. I thought it was a lot of fun. Obviously, when you're used to an hour 24 and you get 2 hours, you kind of feel it. We've been accustomed to a certain time, and this is not that time. Luckily, the storylines are compelling enough to where you don't. I didn't mind it all that much. Overall, really good job. I like this movie, and I didn't see anything about it last year. For as like glamorous as this movie is, nothing. Didn't see anything about it last year. Part of it might be it came out December 20th, so there's that. And I don't know the stories of how Prime got this movie and all that stuff. I don't know. But it definitely, I didn't see anything about it. No buzz, no nothing. And I think that's a shame because it was a really cool movie. Dano?
Yeah, it's a movie that does simultaneously feel overstuffed and also taking its time. But that is, I think, how we're trained to watch these TV movies, which this movie feels like it is shooting for more than that. I mean, it is, to my knowledge at least, and I did a little bit of research, they're filming all in Nigeria using Nigerian pop stars for almost the entire soundtrack with a Nigerian cast. And you feel the authenticity of the opulence of these characters, and it is sumptuous. The style is impeccable. I was commenting to Brand, the number of different, types of Nigerian people and the styles that they are perfectly showing you in this movie is downright impressive. And then your Crazy Rich Asians comment is a really good one because it did remind me of that on obviously a smaller scale. I also looked up just how inexpensive it is to make a movie in Nigeria. It's insane. Like the most expensive movie is, they call it Nollywood. The most expensive movie in Nollywood in American dollars is just over $1 million. Wow. So like the low budget Nollywood movies are $50,000 to $70,000. This movie had songs by people I'd never heard of that I loved, had actors that I had never heard of that I also loved, and doesn't always work, and at times definitely feels slow. But when it works, it really works. I cared a lot about Elo and Yagazie being together at the end of this movie. Like, I don't know why, but there was something about that storyline and our lead wanting things to just be her way because she believed it was time that made me want her to learn a lesson so badly so that she could grow up. And they made me think very briefly that wasn't going to happen. So these are things that don't happen in Hallmark movies for me. I don't care that much. And I also typically don't get the character growth result that I would like. That happens in this movie. So a lot to recommend here. It's a visual feast. You could easily put this movie on in the background and have a good time just with the vibe of this movie. And everyone in here, some people are just going harder with the performances than I ever thought was needed. I mean, there are some really great scenes in this movie. And I also said already, the music's fantastic. So yeah, a lot to recommend here.
It's time for all the feels where we talk about what in this movie gave us feels. I'll start with you, Alonso.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, it gave me Christmas feels, as you say, in a way that's very different from Hallmark, but nonetheless, like, for a Southern Hemisphere Christmas that is going to be sort of sun-baked, the way that they capture the, there's just the lights and the decorations of the city itself, let alone the individual homes and stuff, I thought was just really breathtaking. It makes you want to be there, to celebrate the holidays and just all of the kind of parties and the concerts and stuff that happen. And then, yeah, this is a movie that's giving you two love triangles and a rich girl, poor boy coupling, and they all work. They're all pretty effective. And neither of the love triangles is super obviously predictable as to how they're going to come out, but they do come out, I think, in a way that's emotionally satisfying. And, look, as the token card carrying atheist of this program, I get my hackles rise a little bit when we start having scenes in a church. But I thought the scene where priest advises the grieving mother to allow joy back into her life as a way to celebrate her daughter was really great. It's a really insightful scene. It's meaningful. It makes emotional sense. And it wasn't heavy-handed on the Bible front, even though they do talk about scripture in that.
Well, the scripture doesn't work. When he says the scripture, she's she pops back at him. Yeah. And then a pastor just going, "You need to do this to celebrate her," was fantastic. A great scene. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah. And then, the other character we didn't mention is that the epidemiologist's sister is apparently a very popular singer, and she's coming to sing carols at the Christmas mass. And those were really great. She tore it up. So yeah, I was invested in these characters and the plots. And I also just loved all of the kind of holiday lushness of it.
Yeah. The performance by, Elo's mom, who is the woman who is grieving so intensely in this movie, was simultaneously the storyline that you're just not accustomed to it with the Hallmark movies and most made-for-TV movies, that it was so somehow out of place, but also the most impactful performance in this movie. She was incredible. The performance that she gave in the church, the performance when she walks down the stairs and she sees that they're decorating the Christmas tree, the performance in the bed where she is just wailing was so incredible. It's so out of left field for what we're used to, and simultaneously this movie needed it at the same time. It was an amazing performance, and was really impressed by her range that she gave throughout this movie. Because when she ultimately does kind of decorate for Christmas, it's beautiful, and you get the kind of Christmas scenery that you're accustomed to with these movies, but also the conversation that she has was amazing. It's just was a really impressive performance.
She's really good. Yeah.
Dano?
Listen, we get to hear a lot of versions of Oh Holy Night doing the job that we do. I don't know if any of them are anywhere close to this one. The
Patti LaBelle one.
Okay, yeah. The Patti LaBelle one's pretty great. I think I might prefer this one still.
I might agree with you. Yeah.
The rendition of Oh Holy Night at this Christmas Mass with the choir. Oh my goodness. And I found it. I thought I wrote down the artist and I didn't. I wanted to shout her out. I found the music. I'm going to list this is going to go on a playlist. This is unbelievable. This version of Oh Holy Night is phenomenal. It is an absolute showstopper. if you watch the movie for no other reason, there's plenty of reasons to watch it. I think you got to hear this. You got to hear this version of A Holy Night. It's that good, and it makes me kind of cringe at some of the versions we've gotten along the way over the last 8 years or so.
Well, Jessica Lowndes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yes.
this version, Patti LaBelle, Jessica Lowndes.
1A.
Yeah,
Jessica
it's right
Lowndes.
there.
Yes.
Right there. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the way, what, the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark. We're back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We're talking about Christmas in Lego's Prime Movie 2024 here on Festive Fridays. It's time for the Wait What? So we talk about when this movie made us go, wait, what? I will start with you, Alonso.
Actually, just real quick, Dan, I'm glad you inspired me to look. There is the Christmas and Lego soundtrack.
Let's go.
On
There it
Spotify.
is.
Great.
So yeah,
And,
add it to your Christmas playlist.
Summer in the chat says that Google says it's Waja of the group 121 Selah. Is that correct?
Yeah, WAJE. I'm not sure how
That's
you
right.
pronounce that,
Yeah,
but that is the performer's name. The Wait What's, I mean, again, maybe it's my fault that I don't know who that character was, but like that, there was an entire subplot where it's like, and who are you, and why are you, and
Yeah.
what's your story here? And that could just be, maybe on a second viewing, I'll get that.
Also, is the least amount of time given to it. Like, it's
for sure.
five
It's nothing.
minutes.
It just didn't need to be there. The movie's too long. Didn't need to be there. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the biggest wait what, and it was less a wait what and more of a, is this Hallmark 2016, is the misunderstood kiss.
Yeah,
that's a trope I think we have long since sent to the cornfield here, but I guess it's new in Nigeria. So yeah, we have the fiance misunderstanding the kiss, and prompting the whole sort of last bit of the plot there. And I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do that again. All right, fine, but it's fine. It didn't make me mad. It was just like it was almost quaint. But yeah, I didn't really have a lot of, I think, the stakes here are pretty clear cut, and the character backgrounds and motivations are pretty clear cut. So I didn't come away with a lot of like, oh, why would she do blah when blah, so I will be fascinated to hear what you guys have.
Well, I'll just say this. I don't think I'm ever going to look as good as Elo does with his shirt off ever in my life.
You don't, come on, man, shoot for the stars.
But even if I did, I don't know if I would decorate the tree with my shirt off. He does.
It's maybe the one thing to not do shirtless ever.
There
are hooks involved,
there's
guys.
hooks.
Like, you don't want.
You don't want to, like, sometimes you accidentally, like when you're reaching, you rub up against that tree. You don't want that rubbing up against your body.
True.
I get
Look,
it.
He's decorating and he's decorative. That's
100%.
Yeah.
Am I upset about the scene? Lord, no. But it did literally make both Dan and I go, whoa, hold on. You can't. I don't think anybody would do that. But he did. And so kudos to him. I will say, as powerful as the scene in the church is, when she pulls out her phone to show the video, it does take me out of it a little bit because of just the amount of flour that they were throwing at each other. There is, it is
unhealthy.
You could suffocate someone.
Yeah.
With the amount of flour that is being thrown at this character, it is.
This is how Danny Glover dies in Witness.
It is a lot. So, you got to be careful with the amount of flour that you're throwing at each other. It could kill you. Not the thing that did kill her, but it wouldn't have surprised me if it was. And I just want to say this, Lord, if you're listening, and I hope that you are, please give me the courage to rock a zebra tracksuit in a club. I don't think I have the courage to do it. I want the courage. I feel like I'm pretty adventurous with some of my clothing, and I see it and I'm like, I think I would wear that. This guy walks into a club in a zebra tracksuit, and it's just another day for him. And it would be a big step for me. And I'm asking the Lord to give me the courage to do so.
I have never felt more like I live my life wearing a series of potato sacks.
That's right.
Than watching this movie and seeing the fashion choices and being like, what?
But every
what am I doing? Am I doing anything? Am I bothering? Like, should I just wear ashes and sackcloth at this point?
The character of Elo has a bald fade with waves and a reverse faded beard, something that the upkeep alone, I mean, like, and it is always perfect. It's perfect. You're right. Every time anyone shows up in any outfit in this movie, you're like, this is a special day. Nope, it's just Tuesday.
I gotta be honest, I felt good about the Bramble Fest 2025 design.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's a good shirt. But in comparison, it's like I didn't even give it any thought.
I do admire the fact that like the whole movie we've been seeing like just the outfit after outfit that is just gobsmacking, and then we get to Christmas Mass, and then they really turn it out.
And then we get to a Christmas wedding.
Yes.
All that the wardrobe in this movie alone.
That's what started me looking up the budget of the film. Is I said the wardrobe budget on this movie costs more than a Hallmark movie. The whole movie. But then I realized how cheap it was to make a movie in Nigeria, and that's probably has something to do with Amazon getting on board, would be my guess, but I don't know. You do mention that when she picks a girl up from the airport, she has a convertible and then an SUV for all the bags, which is an absolute flex. What else is a flex is in a busy Nigerian airport to have you and your friend lean on the convertible to just talk about the plot of the movie. That is when you know that you've got money. It doesn't have to be 84 minutes because we can lean on this convertible and I can explain the family tree to you real quick. I know we've known each other for a long time, but just in case anyone else just jumped in here,
You've been out of the country, you might need a refresher.
No security guards blowing a whistle at them.
Hey, are you doing the plot? You gotta keep going. It's good.
Do the thing. I can see you have a luggage vehicle. Right. You're good. Take all the time you need.
Exposition. Okay,
that's right. Yeah, you're good. I'll be back in a bit. The lead is Fayen. That's how you say her name? Fayen? Fayen believes that Elo is proposing to her from the backseat of a car while she's driving. The ego on you. You're not even dating this person. And you think that as you're driving a car, he's proposing from the backseat, even though you're not dating him. That's crazy town. The rest of mine are, you planned that wedding in a week. I get you've got money, and I know money can cover a multitude of sins, and it is crazy to think what you can do when you're a billionaire and how you should be helping people. But this wedding is on Christmas Day. Fayen finds out about it.
She has a week.
Fayen, she has 1 week to plan a Christmas Day wedding. Does she secure a venue? Yes. Does she have hundreds of guests? Yes. Does she secure a photographer? Yes. Does she secure more flowers than God made? Yes. The whole backdrop of the aisle is flowers. So the shot from the altar where they're walking down the aisle, the backdrop is all white flowers in bloom. Did she secure a French chef for Christmas Day? The week, she had 1 week. And she got French chef on Christmas Day. That is crazy.
By that point in the movie, I figured it's Cloud Cuckoo Land bona fides had been so established. I'm like, oh, sure, of course. Of course you can.
The Christmas Day wedding is a thing that we've done in the Hallmark universe. But to do this level of it, it would have taken years to plan. I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. If you got money, maybe I don't know. I don't have money. She also goes to apologize to Zagadier, and she says, listen, there's no excuse for what I did. Here's a list of excuses. That's what she does in the movie in real time. She goes, there's no excuse for what I did. It had been a long week. I have been going through some stuff. Everyone in my life's moving on. It's my least favorite thing in the world, and she did it in a movie. God, listen, I full stop apologize. Let me tell you why you need to take it easy on me. It was crazy. It was a crazy scene.
There's no excuse except for the following.
I kissed your fiance, and there's no excuse. But if you'll grant me the time, I'm going to lob a few your way. And if one of them sticks, then I stand corrected. That's what she did. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe happy to give some clarity. Any questions that we still have? I'll start with you, Alonso.
Yeah, I want to see what other holidays these guys celebrate.
Kidding.
Like, come on,
Let's go.
I'm always open to new ones, and I don't know what else are the big turn. I mean, like, are we? This is my ignorance of geography. Are we close enough to the equator here where it's pretty much this weather all year round?
I don't think so.
Or do we think they have like, are there summers? Are there, is it?
Yeah,
cooler
I don't
in
know
July?
if it's like how it is in Australia where it's
Nigeria is
cold in
very
our
close
summer.
to the
Okay.
equator. Very close to the
Okay.
equator.
So
yes.
yeah, so Australia has like actual winter in July, but it's pretty much always going to be sunny there. Yeah, I just I would love to see another holiday with this group of characters and with more outfits.
Yes, Dan, you asked me when we started this, is this movie a sequel? Because it did feel very lived in, but also at the same time, they were really explaining stuff.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I don't think that this is a sequel. I didn't have any indication that it was a sequel. I do think that this movie could have a sequel. Like, all of these storylines did feel like we could see what's next for all of these relationships and this family. And hopefully we do get a sequel sooner than we've gotten the Crazy Rich Asians sequel, which we're just still waiting on.
Still waiting
Maybe
for it.
probably
It'll be here
never
one
will.
day.
This movie feels like it could have a sequel, and so I'll wait for that patiently because I think it could happen.
Yeah,
Dan?
my least favorite part of this movie is kind of the first 10 minutes because the setup and the way they choose to do it is kind of crazy. Zach has a birthday party. It is lavish, to say the least. The band that's playing at his birthday party starts singing a song in a different language, and we get the subtitles, and the first line is about a saggy breast. We don't get any more information. It just starts off talking about a saggy breast. That is a birthday. It's a band
and we
playing
don't
their first song
And when you're getting older, that's the kind of thing you want to hear.
at a birthday rager for a probably 65-year-old man. And we start, that's the first line of the first song of this celebration. And I'm very, very interested in how the rest of that song goes and what it means.
What's the second verse?
You know,
That's right.
it cuts
Second
away. It cuts away to a conversation that then takes over the subtitles. So we don't
know. That's all we get.
we don't know what the rest of the song is about.
Yeah.
But we
that's
do
it.
know what the first part of it is.
We certainly
Phew,
do.
boy.
First line.
Saggy breast. Sometimes you gotta know. We did, everybody. Congratulations to us. Happy Festive Friday to you.
Yes.
We are gonna be back next week for it. It is our foreign film. It is a Norwegian Netflix movie called The Snow Sister.
Hey,
Snow.
Come on. It writes itself.
That's right.
And we
right.
will translate that song to Norwegian,
That's
and
right.
it will
It's going to
slap.
be awesome.
You guys wait for
gonna be
it.
awesome.
It's really going to come in handy.
Yeah.
So come back for that next week as we trek across the world on Festive Fridays. The only way we know how,
right.
with
Yes.
sleigh bells and ho-ho-hos. Come back for
snowshoes.
that. Until then, may the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.